Hey everyone, Eragon here. I wanted to start a series today where I talk about the most common mistakes people make in coaching, right? I figured this would be pretty good so I could stop teaching the same thing in every single coaching session, right? If you've subscribed to my Patreon or you see my coaching videos, you might notice that I teach a lot of the same stuff every time. And that's not because lack of knowledge, like a limited amount of knowledge that I just give to everyone. It's just because everyone makes those mistakes, and I want that to stop, right? So what I'm going to do is post this in public, and hopefully in my coaching sessions, I don't have to cover that again, right? And let's start with the biggest one, and it has to do with mid-game macro. Okay, so everyone knows these turrets, tier 2 turrets, they're broken. Okay, they're worth 750 gold. Okay? What this relates to is knowing the value of stuff on the map. So essentially your mid-game priorities, right? So in theory, because these are worth the most in turrets, if your goal is to split push or the win con of the game is to split push for you, let's say you main Jax, not Jax, Fiora, Kale, anything that's side lanes, right? Your win con should be to take this turret and then rotate and take the other one. Right? In theory, if the game is going smoothly and you can do that, that's how you snowball the fastest. Because then you have two of these, 750 golds equals 1,500. You snowballed your game by 1,500 gold. That's the fastest way you can snowball. All in the meantime, taking camps and blah, 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 right? But your priorities should be tier 2 turrets. Now, what's the mistake I see people do? Well, I see people take a tier 2 turret. Great, good job. But then they stay. Okay, and they try to take tier 3 turret. Now, why is that a problem? Well, that's because the tier 3 turret is worth 50 gold. Okay, and this is where people are like, huh? Why is the turret worth so little? Well, yeah, why is the turret worth so little is a good question, right? It's so hard to take, especially in the mid game. But that means it's imperative you guys do not int for it. Okay, so what I see people do is they'll do crazy stuff like try and die for the turret, overextend permanently trying to get this. Say it's 16 minutes in or something like this, right? They'll be trying to get a tier 3 turret, right? Granted, this is more of a lower elo thing, but still a lot of people don't know this. And first of all, it's way more dangerous to overextend this far for this turret. Okay, unless you're like giga fed, but on average, it's way more dangerous than rotating and getting. Remember, you're comparing it to rotating and taking the tier 2 on the other side of the map. Secondly, you can never take this because it's so close to the base that enemy will just recall and defend it always, right? So what are you doing here? Your pressure isn't real because you can't actually take it. You can never threaten it, right? So, guys, from now on, I do not want to see this. And on top of this, I'm going to be showing some examples, right? So let's get into those examples. Let's briefly take a look at this VOD of a challenger Yorick main, Kuro Tony, probably the best Yorick E-West, and see his macro play in the mid game around tier 2 turrets. Now, what you're going to see is that almost everything he attempts to do will be to enable him to take tier 2 turrets. He's going to try and kill his laner so he can take turrets afterwards, which will in turn open up the tier 2 turret. So now his laner is dead, what he can do is take tier 1, and then come back later and take tier 2. I believe what he'll do is reset now and then come back. Yep, he's going back top lane. And what's going to happen now is he's going to kill his laner one more time, and that opens up taking the tier 2 turret. So what you'll see now is he's killed his laner, right? He finds any way to solo kill his laner. He goes to take tier 2 turret, and then he's going to reset and recall and walk bot lane to take the tier 2 turret bot lane. Because again, that's his mini objective. Now, let's watch his pathing. And there are two reasons he's going bot lane. Number one is because, like I've said, the objective of tier 2 turret, and also because the next objective, neutral objective that's going to be spawned and contested is the Herald. Sorry, the Baron. But as you can see, he's walking bot lane. And let's just skip ahead, right? We don't have to watch it. Let's skip ahead until he, in a few minutes' time, see what he's doing. So, like I said, he's bot side around tier 2 turret, as well as a team fight here, which is very common for champions who take Ghost. Usually they want a team fight around the Ghost cooldown, which is something we'll cover in future videos. But again, he's bot side, he takes a team fight whilst grouping, and then takes tier 2 turret. And he's accomplished his goal. So let's compare how a bronze Garen main snowballs his lead mid-game compared to that challenger player, right? Notice how, in this game, right, this Garen game, there is no tier 2 turret to take. He actually took the tier 2 turret 2 minutes ago, right? He's having a great game, right? He's 5-1-2, but this is the type of player who wins lane a lot and then just loses mid game because he doesn't know what to do, right? He took the turret 2 minutes ago and he's just sat top lane doing nothing, right? And what he's going to do for the rest of the game is sit top lane doing nothing because there's nothing to take. He's going to keep trying to take the tier 3 turret, which, reminder, is worth 50 gold, whilst taking camps, which is okay, but it's not as much as he could do, which is rotate bot lane and try to take the bot turrets, right? Notice how the next objective, Dragon just got taken, right? The next objective could be, is rather the Herald. So he could be bot lane and he could be getting pressure bot lane whilst his team gets Herald. But instead, what he's going to do is he's just going to sit top lane for the next 20 minutes or 15 minutes and nothing's going to happen, right? He's not snowballing the game for his team. This is how you be useless in top lane. And this is how you don't spread your 5-1 lead, right? He also had an issue with recall timers. He has 4.2k, but look at how much he has to overextend. His team's in base. He can't threaten the tower, right? He shouldn't even be going for this. Like, his team's in base, his team's all the way over here, and he has to go so deep to even hit a tower, right? He has nothing to do. Why do that when you could rotate and take turrets? I don't think he's going to die and get punished for it, but this is the general concept, okay? Frequently asked question. What if my team won't let me rotate? What if there's an AD carry in the side lane and he's just refusing to leave? Okay, well, the answer to that question is you just go side lane anyway. You spam ping on the way, on the way, on the way. You type in chat, I want to split push take bot lane turrets. And then you go there anyway. Most of the time what will happen is the AD carry will get frustrated and just go try and farm elsewhere. Okay, if this does not work, if you've tried everything and that does not work and it's the correct macro move to do so, you're just going to have to suck it up and go somewhere else, right? Because your AD carry is probably trolling and mutaled or something, and just sharing resources at that point is not worth it. But usually they will accept that and leave and understand a bit of a split push macro. Before I wrap up the video, obviously down in the comments, please let me know what you thought of the video if you want more stuff like this. But I just wanted to give a quick thank you to all my Patreon subscribers. You guys, I took a break for 4 weeks because I needed it due to burnout, and you guys kept me supporting me even over that time. You guys are unbelievably generous, so thank you very much, guys. I couldn't ask for better, a better community. So thanks, guys, and see you later.